Microsoft had a major announcement, and essentially what they're doing is they're taking the capabilities of SharePoint, injecting steroids into it, and leveraging the newer needs that managers and employees have for closer proximity given COVID, and the ability for managers to manage better from afar. Daniel, what's your take on this one?
Yeah, this is a big moment for the company. So 2020 did present us a boon for collaboration, right? Zoom, Teams, WebEx, all of them saw a ton of momentum. Here's the thing though, the overwhelming data shows that we are not overly satisfied with working from home. We are exhausted. We are fatigued. We're over.
Check.
What's that?
Check on all of those. Sometimes I just want to freaking pull my hair out. Other days I'm kissing the ground because it's nice to be home. I mean, it's like parabolic changes in my own attitude. So
absolutely, and it's emotional swings. It's challenging, but long and short of it is, you know, as we kind of get past this pivot of expecting and knowing that part of our life is going to be incorporated by digital and remote meetings, we have to start to think about connecting the worker productivity, work-life balance. And, you know, we've seen, you know, Salesforce did something about this, and it was really focused on it with its salesforce.org and its return to work. And you saw Microsoft kind of started a platform around return to work. Now we're seeing this Viva platform though. And this is something Satya personally got behind. And, you know, Microsoft does a lot of announcements, but Satya doesn't show up for all of them. Satya is behind this one because this was really all about employee experience. So within the Teams M365 environment, it's a set of new tools that connects, analyzes, drives knowledge and connectivity and sharing throughout the organization. So Viva is basically a platform. It functions within the M365 space, within Teams. There's a connections module or app. There's an insights app. There's a learning app, and there's a topics app. You know, connection is basically, you know, the gateway to the digital workplace. Employees are able to access all the resources in one place. So it's kind of, you know, that's kind of, you know, we've had the portal for a long time. This is just a piece of it. It's kind of that portal for all the information. Insights was something that really caught my attention though, because Insights gives 3 layers, Pat. It's employee level, manager level, organizational level. Employees need to better understand, you know, you have that Apple Watch or that smartwatch tells you to get up and walk around a little bit. But what's analyzing your work behavior, your ability to pay attention, your productivity levels, and how can employees see for themselves how they're doing? So that's what's being done here at that granular employee level. And then at the manager level, you start to see this data limited to teams, and then certain data be anonymized where managers can get a better sense within their teams of how this is going. Where can their efforts be placed to improve that employee work experience, life, and balance that is required? And then organizationally, they can go to full levels of anonymization of all this data to really get a sense of how is the organization doing? What's the health of the people? How productive are their workers? And this is where, you know, we really need things to head. As people are fully functioning in digital realms, how do we get more from our people while considering the balance that we need to consider in the fact that this type of digital life is going to continue for years to come. And the other two I'll just touch on quickly. There's a learning module, which, you know, Microsoft, by the way, remember, owns LinkedIn. And LinkedIn learning has been a thing for a long time. But how do you take that learning from the social media and bring it intra-organization? Yeah. So building professional opportunities, growth, development, learning, you know, tons of third-party connections, including LinkedIn and Microsoft, but also things like Coursera, Skillsoft, Pluralsight, edX, all incorporated into this tool. And then finally, Topics is kind of like the knowledge center, right? We're seeing cloud and Azure being used to centralize, create repositories where people can learn and garner and enrich and know, hey, what are things that are being already shared in the organization that I could benefit from knowing more about? We all know work, especially the bigger an organization gets, the more duplication and redundancy that ends up happening. It's like, hey, can you create this report? Well, you know what? This report's been created 30 times already inside the organization. Where does that exist? How do I find it easily? So, you know, Topics gives that ability to identify and find that, Pat. So, you know, for me, though, it's all about humanizing the workplace. It's all about using data, using information, using tools and technology, and really next leveling the company portal. organizational portals aren't new. That's really what this is. But what they're doing really is saying, we and Viva, something tied to life, by the way, I'm sure. Viva is all about balance of work and life, bringing all the tools together, collaboration, but humanization. And so I like the overarching idea here. Big topic, adoption will be an interesting thing to follow and watch.
Great insights, Daniel. You know, it's funny. I always have a sense I can predict what Microsoft is going to do next. I didn't predict this one. I did know that these tools, these management tools about remote employees were kind of dangling out there as an Office 365 thing. But they surprised me on this one. And it was a pleasant surprise.